Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy Handyman, and we are out today over in the Mapleton part of town, and this is another program through Caldwell Bankers Real Vitalize, where because this seller is using a Caldwell Banker agent, we are able to go ahead and do a bunch of repairs and upgrading to this property, and she'll be able to pay for it at closing. This agent on this particular property, Kizzy, is prolific. She's all over the place, gives unbelievable customer service, and having Real Vitalize is just another tool in her tool bag to help her clients maximize the resale price. And that's what's going on here. This was a rental property for a while, and they ran it down. The carpet is just nasty. Not as bad as the last one we did. And the tenant had an animal she snuck in here, so it got into the subfloor and the dog peed all over, that kind of stuff. And so we've already started. We've been here a couple of days, one of the crews. And so we have primed out all the walls and some of the ceilings. We have repaired the subfloor here, was crushed. They dropped a dresser or something moving it out, and they just completely destroyed the subfloor. Once our paint work is done and some minor repairs, we'll be coming back in here and changing out the carpet. So this little project is about a week for us. There are other things that we wanted to do that we just can't afford to do. There's budgets on these things, so we can't do everything we want. Some things we, like for instance in here, would have loved to have pulled the wallpaper out of here, but instead to save money, we primed it and painted it because that's what was required. The carpenters will go ahead and fix this cabinet right here. I think we took it off the bid because, again, just couldn't afford to do it. But you'll see a whole new place in here when we're done. We had to patch around the electrical panel right here, and so that's in place. And then we'll come back in here with a nice neutral off gray color, which is trendy right now. And it just, what we try to do with these houses is we try to bring this property to the level of a $400,000 house in terms of finishes. There's still some spackle work to be done. This is just primer all through here. So these walls have been primed. This is not finished coat. This is a tinted primer that we used, which is kind of close to the color we're going to use. In here, we're going to use a color called Accessible Beige, which we use on a lot of our $1 million properties. And we've started using it on the lower end properties. In here, we'll change the ceiling fan out. We will put back a door right here. It should be a bifold, but we're actually going to put a 24-inch hinge door right there. I had a little bit of trouble on the property because I had the power off in here. They've already put this door in right here. The door was missing here. And I think they've primed in here. Yeah, this used to be yellow. So they've done a ton of stuff. We won't do everything, but we're relationship people too. So once they get this house under contract, if there's some inspection repairs that come up, we can go ahead and do that. Someone used oil-based paint on the house and then painted with latex. So like here, so we'll have to seal this with an oil-based primer before we can repaint the door. Nice size rooms, but you have to have a little bit of vision to see what this is going to look like in another, 4 or 5 days. But once this is finished off, it'll sell very quickly. Handy Andy does a little bit of everything. We've got a crew of 20-some people running all over Metro Atlanta. We do plumbing, we do electrical, we do a lot of paint work. Sometimes we do spray. In here, we'll spray some ceilings just because it's faster, but the walls will always be brush and roller. And again, they just started priming, so what you're seeing here is primer, and some of this is the original wall paint up here still. They had satins. They had a mix of paints in this property. A lot of landlords like to use satins or semi-glosses because they think it's easier to keep it clean, which is true, but you can't touch it up. And then for us, we want to hide some of the imperfections, so we need to use a flat in here. And then changing colors, you're always going to have 2 coats of paint. But it'll be interesting to see how this turns out in the end. We're probably going to go ahead and repaint this fireplace out. We always try to do a few things extra for the clients and not charge them. So many times in contracting, it's just a money grab. And some of the stuff we see out here is absolutely ridiculous. But we got a good group of guys. Just be patient with us. We run like crazy. It's a Saturday afternoon, and I'm out here running jobs with guys. You can reach us in the office at 770-912-2829. Sometimes you can catch me directly at 770-265-9017. Texting me is a good way to do it too. Certainly happy to answer your questions. Just be patient. My brother and I are running like crazy. Some people have slowed down. We never have. So just bear that in mind, but we're happy to work with you any way we can. Take care. See you at the next house. Bye for now.